when you call me. Is it gonna go? I hear it running through my blood. If I'm feeling it, then I don't stand a chance. Oh, oh,
Hey, what's up everyone? So I'm in Ashtabula, Ohio right now, and this is my parents' house. I'm reluctant to say it's my house anymore, but this was my house with my parents when I grew up. So I kind of wanted to just show you, my mom and dad keep their house like super awesome. They're very meticulous about the flowers and the yard looking awesome, especially in the summertime, because people here in Ashtabula and probably other parts of the Midwest and the East Coast, there's a different appreciation for summer and spring because it snows 5-6 months of the year and it's cold. So we really enjoy when it's summertime, and I definitely can tell the difference of the energy and the vibe when I come for like 4th of July weekend or Christmas. And when it's snowing out, you're always inside, but in the summer, you get to have this beautiful, I mean, look at this. This is so gorgeous. And the breeze is blowing right now. We've got a little pool here. And this is yet again open for like 3 months, but we really enjoy ourselves hanging out, getting a tan. And you know how the whole typical story of like someone being a small town boy or gal going to the big city, and they're like, oh, did you grow up on a farm? I didn't grow up on a farm. How perfect would it have been? But right behind this fence is an actual cow pasture. Over here, it's all grown in at this time of the year, but cows will come up to this fence, and so we actually do have cows in our backyard. So all of this used to be, this right here is in the back of our house. Technically not our actual property, but oh shit. Okay, so it rained a lot and my shoes are completely muddy, but this is the neighbor who owns this huge land over here, but he's super awesome. So me and my dad cleaned this out and made four-wheeler paths at one point all back here. And then over time, now that my dad's really cleared it out, a lot of grass has grown now that we don't have the four-wheeler anymore. And me and my buddies used to come out here and we built this fort because there's like a junkyard down this way. So we would go get like doors and we would go get wood, and like we made this fort that used to be right here. And this tree over here, we lived life on the edge. That big tree, we used to have a rope with a board and we would swing out over this ravine. The things that I would never do as an adult, because you actually don't want to get hurt. I don't know if you can actually see, but there's a huge drop off, super dangerous. Don't know why we ever did that, but when you're kids, you do a lot of crazy things. I remember one time my buddy Glotty fell through these trees that we had, and we had this big barbed wire fence, and his skin of his arm got caught in the barbed wire, and just the craziest things that went on with fireworks and four-wheelers. And in the wintertime, we'd hook a sled up to the four-wheeler. We would go paintballing. I mean, it was just a super, super fun childhood. I feel very blessed. It was such a close-knit community here, and I really, really enjoy that. One other game too I remember we used to play is we would stand probably right about here, and we would have a pitcher stand up there, and we'd have the garage door open, and we would hit a whole bag of wiffle balls, or a bucket of wiffle balls. And if you got it inside the garage, it was 1 point. If it hit the roof, it was 3 points. If it went over the roof and into the pool, it was 5 points. So that was awesome. We used to have a basketball hoop over here, and then this hill by our neighbor's house, we would just play like tackle football, or on the side here where our dog, and like we'd have a bunch of landmines that the dog would land or lay. And so we would, playing in the poop side yard there, tackle football. But we're gonna actually hop into the car, and I'm gonna go take you over to my high school. I'm gonna take you over to Lake Erie. We live like jogging distance to Lake Erie. I'm gonna take you down to the harbor. I'm gonna show you that, which is super cool. And then I'm gonna take you by my very first job at McDonald's, where I was 17 years old. I worked the window, the grill, and the cash register. It's been now 14, almost 15 years. So I'm excited to go there. And so come with me and we'll hop in the car and I'll go show you around Ashtabula. the high school right down the street. Took us 30 seconds to get here. So you knew when you could actually like drive to school and you could park. It was like way cooler than riding the bus. But this is Edgewood Senior High School, where I spent 4 awesome years in the sense that it was fun. But I want to show you something. This is right here was my whole life. This is where all the magic happened. My entire life from 4 years old to 17 years old was all about baseball. But I played from when I was 9 years old. I started off in the left field. I worked my way to third base, and then as I continued to get older and older, I ended up going to second base. I started pitching when I was 10 years old. That became my main thing, and then played shortstop. But pitching was my true passion. That is something that has always been something I've been trying to recreate in my life. There is nothing like being on that mound right there. It's so awesome. But yeah, many games were played. So this was my life from 4 to 17, and it wasn't kind of like a hobby. I mean, this was every day, 3 hours, 4 hours of practice, and then coming home, throwing pitches with my dad, playing catch, playing long toss. So it was a real consideration of mine if I wanted to actually go to school and play baseball. But then I had to make the decision. I was like, I know I was good, but was I good enough to make a career out of it? I was unsure. And then acting came along, so I had to make a choice. And in my senior year, the most important year after all those years, I actually ended up quitting and getting a job to save up money to go to LA. So it was quite the decision, but I made the right decision, and I'm very happy about it. All right, so here we are by the lake. It's about like 2 miles north from my house, and we're going to Lakeshore Park. So during the wintertime, you can come sledding down here because there's hills, but during the summer, it's so beautiful. So I'm gonna show you.
It's so pretty.
It is, right? And they have a little, little pond, and people like feed the ducks. I remember doing that as a kid. We'll park, and I'll come show you all this stuff here.
Oh, look at the swans.
Oh yeah. Can you see that? Les is doing some Instagram stories here, but how cute and adorable is this place? Got like a little bridge. The lake is right back behind those trees, so I'm gonna come up and show you the lake. This, as you can all see, the parking lot to the Crow's Nest is packed. This is kind of the, like, how many bars, Dad, do you think are in this town? This is like the most popular. Like, if you're like in town, you want to see some familiar faces, you pop into the Crow's Nest. I'll tell you what, too, is a little secret. If you come to Ashtabula ever, go to the Crow's Nest, order some wings, and ask for hillbilly sauce. It is the most incredible wing sauce, and it's not on the menu, so a little inside tip. Walking around 5th Street right now, looking for a place to get a nice cold beer and some pizza.
Bill's Tavern seems to be the place.
Where is that?
Right?
What is it?
Tavern?
Bill's right up here.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
All right, so we're gonna go to Bill's Tavern and get a nice cold brew.
Right here. Oh, not Bill's.
Brennan's.
Sorry.
Brennan's Pub.
So here's Bill's Tavern, or as other people call it, Brennan's Pub. Ooh, and they got Keno inside.
Oh,
Want
that's so
to go and get a
fun.
beer?
Yeah, let's go
We'll
get a beer.
and then we'll...
Oh, yeah. So cute.
Yeah.
If I feel it, then I don't stand a chance.
Nashville Harbor.
Mickey D's. This is where it all started, ladies and gents. So if you ever find yourself in Ashtabula, Ohio, and you come down the harbor, grab yourself a #1 with a large fry and a Coke, you'll know that's my my first job here. So nothing too crazy, but just wanted to show you this is somewhere I spent my time my senior year, and the money that I was saving working here is what I used to move out to Los Angeles. So it played a really significant role. That's it. It was a small little tour of Ashtabula. I just wanted to share my hometown, where I grew up. So we're home now, and we're actually gonna get a little workout in, do some steps around the block, and then hit the pool. So hope you enjoyed, and if you're ever gonna come visit Ashtabula, I recommend the summertime. A lot of cool stuff to do, and you're gonna love the people. So thanks for watching.
Bye.